Hello students. So today the question that we have with us says that a farmer was advised not to use a particular type of a fertilizer for his next crop after harvesting a crop of peas. Now we need to give the reason, like one reason why such an advice has been given, and also the name of the two crops other than pea crop which might give you or might have shown the same effect. Now here you can clearly see that we are talking about what you can say the crop of peas. Okay, so what you need to remember about this is, like, whenever you talk about such species of crop or plant, I can say the reason behind this such advice is that it has a nitrogen fixing bacteria, okay, which enrich the soil after harvesting peas. The reason is why they have a nitrogen fixing bacteria is like these peas have nodules. Okay, where they have nodules and roots, and these nodules are actually a very good place where such bacteria are basically able to survive, I can say, in the environment. Okay, and this particular way is like we can call them as leguminous. Okay, these are the region which are there in the roots itself, like in nodules. So they form like a structure in the circular structures in the roots, which is like very helpful for the bacteria. Like these structures are actually formed once the bacteria population is accumulated. So the nodules are formed in which the bacteria resides and forms this leguminous structure, and actually helps the fixing of nitrogen, this atmospheric nitrogen. Okay, so that is why whenever you see the crop like these, there will be a lot of nitrogen fixing bacteria in your soil already. So you're not supposed to provide more fertilizers after this, because at the end, when you are providing a fertilizer, what you need to remember is at the end you are providing the fertilizer so that your soil is and your plant is particularly able to utilize the nitrogenous compounds, the phosphate compounds, and the phosphorus compounds. And such bacteria are actually help them to do the things naturally. So you're not supposed to do them artificially. Okay, so this is the reason such an advice has been given. Now the other two crops that have the same effect are the gram, which is also known as chana, and the green pea, which is also known as moong. Again, the reason is very simple, because these are such type of plants where you can see the presence of nodules in them, which actually allows the leguminous roots. Okay, these are also known as leguminous roots as well, which allows such bacteria's growth in them. Now, what exactly happen in such cases? So what happens, like if I give you the example of a nitrogen fixing symbiotic bacteria, that's called rhizobia, which remains associated with the root nodules of the pea plant. Now what they do is simply, as I already told you, they enrich the soil by converting the atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia and nitrates, which are essential nutrients for plant growth. Now how come they are essential nutrients for plant growth? Because whenever you are talking about nitrogen, okay, you are talking about the formation of protein, because in proteins actually a lot of nitrogen is involved. Okay, in DNA itself you will see the presence of nitrogen, so that is why the importance of nitrogen is there. Okay, and that is why atmospheric nitrogen has to be utilized, and that is why the crops which has the presence of such bacteria, no, you can consider them as a crop, or you will consume such crops particularly for the proteinaceous diet as well. Okay, so that is how it is involved for the protein formation within the crop. After you harvest such crops, what happens? These bacteria will remain or keep on enriching the soil with the nitrogenous compounds, and that is why it is very unnecessary for the farmer to apply additional nitrogenous fertilizers. Again, as I said, why we use the fertilizers? Just to add the certain compounds, okay, which are giving the plants their nitrogen, as I said before as well, same like the phosphorus and the phosphate as well. Like these are the three important compounds for the plant, which the plant supposed to get in order to get a good growth. Okay, so this is why we are giving the fertilizers, but here they are getting naturally, which is much more better than giving them artificial. I hope this will help you. Thank you.